I'm sure we'll get it working in a while. And if it doesn't work, we'll just, we don't even need a video to have a great presentation. I have no doubt this evening is going to be an incredible meeting. So just before we start, I'm JP Koster. I'm a Platinum Presidential Director with Manatech, and I've been part of this company for almost 14 years now. So I started back at the age of 22, and yeah, going to be turning 36 this year. So Manatech's really been a massive part of my life over the last 13, 14 years. And if you're on the call this evening, we're going to be covering a little bit about the product, and we've got an incredible speaker that's going to be sharing about us, why she can recommend the products and why she has so much belief in the products. And then, of course, I'll just quickly run through the compensation plan. Of course, there's obviously two parts to the Manatech opportunity. And so we're going to have a little bit about product and also a little bit about business. So yes, I would like to, sorry, someone's saying my sound is soft, so I'm not sure. Let me just try and see if I can put it a little bit louder. It should be, I'm sure all of you can hear me. If you can't hear me, just comment in the comment section. If you can't hear me, but I'm sure it should be fine because there shouldn't be any setting for the microphone. I will quickly check it again before we start. So just give me 2 seconds. Okay, sounds perfect. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and see if this video is going to work again. I think I do know why it wasn't working, but it's definitely going to work the next time. That I can promise you. I've had a bit of experience with these videos before. So just want to quickly just close my, sorry, just make my screen a bit smaller, and then it should work. So I need to optimize the sound. So I do know how to do that. I've done it before. I just haven't done it. We haven't been doing these Zoom meetings for such a long time now. So it's great to obviously be back in the swing of things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to watch a quick 4-minute video, which will be just on the patents of the product, and then we'll get straight into the presentation. So with no further ado, I'm going to start the video.
Since its establishment in 1994, Manatech has always insisted on using science to create reliable and effective nutraceuticals. The best proof of this is that these 25+ years, we have obtained a total of 143 patents. Patents have a 20-year lifespan, and there are currently 95 valid patents and 9 more patents that are in the process of approval at this time. Manatech excels and strives for excellence through patents, but most of the companies in the nutrition and healthcare industry have few or no patents. This means the science and product validation behind patents places Manatech far above the competition. Behind these 143 patents is Manatech's effort to research, validate, and acquire each patent. In terms of product development, product verification, and intellectual property protection, Manatech has made significant investments. The benefits that these investments bring to the company are not as immediate as the investments in advertising or marketing, and that's why other companies in the industry choose not to invest as heavily in patents as Manatech. But why is Manatech so different? Because we think about the long term by investing in the future. From the time the company was first established, we wanted to make Manatech a world leader in the scientifically proven nutrition industry. We know that while developing better products, it's also important to protect these scientific and technological achievements. And by applying for patents, it's the best way to protect our products from theft or forgery. This protection helps Manatech to be able to continuously invest in scientific research and development, and has a positive impact on the company's long-term sustainable goals. And this is extremely valuable to our associates and our customers, to have products that are unique to Manatech that cannot be duplicated. The benefits of obtaining patents are numerous, but the process of obtaining patents is long and difficult. To patent a product, it must be innovative, creative, and useful to the industry it serves, each of which is very difficult to achieve. Therefore, the fact that Manitech consistently obtained patents in many countries proves that you can rely on our products to make a difference in your life. Manitech's pursuit of science is not limited to obtaining patents. We have 17 human clinical studies to date, including 13 double-blind placebo-controlled studies, and those are the gold standard for scientific research. Manitech has been working hard to make people enjoy a healthier life through patented and exclusive products that we create. And because of the power of technology and the authority of patents, Manitech's associates are more convincing and persuasive when promoting products. And at the same time, Manitech can also prevent competitors from infringing on our intellectual property. And this enables our associates to provide the one-of-a-kind products. Perhaps Manitech products are not the cheapest nutritional supplements on the market, but Manitech products are the most scientifically proven nutritional supplements that you can trust. With exclusive technologies, exclusive ingredients, cutting-edge human double-blind placebo-controlled scientific research, and the power of patents, you can believe in Manitech.
Okay, awesome, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about the product and some of the benefits of the product and what some of the features are. But it's obviously just great to be part of a company where we've got the research, we've done the research and development. In fact, Manitech has spent over $50 million in research and development, so we're very much a science. And I think that's what makes it incredibly exciting. The one thing for me is when I was first introduced to Manitech, which was more than, obviously I mentioned earlier, 13 years ago, one of my best friends, whose mother was a medical doctor, she told me about the product actually. And I think that's what got me really excited about what these products can do for people. When I started seeing the personal benefits, like in my personal health and also with like friends and family, it made it very, very easy to go out there and go and share very, very confidently with other people. Because I think the Manitech products are just incredibly, incredibly unique, because you can't buy these anywhere else but through Manitech. We've one of the first companies, if not the only company in the world, to bring a brand new class of nutrient to market called glycans. And I know that a lot of you have experienced incredible benefits with that product. So I'm just going to ask Grietjie if her screen is working. I did make her a host, so hopefully this will work now. Add pin. Okay, great. There we go. Hello, Grietjie. How are you?
Good evening, JP. I'm great, thank you. I hope you are all well and all excited about tonight's presentation.
Yeah, we're very, very excited. It's been a long time since you've shared, so it's great to hear what you're going to share this evening. And obviously, I think a lot of people obviously know that you're a medical doctor and so forth. But I think maybe just share a little bit about your story, how you got on board with Manitech. Maybe a little bit, maybe something that we wouldn't know about you. And and obviously maybe just when you qualified and what you sort of what your specialty was. So, but yeah, thank you very much for sharing this evening. I know that so many people are looking forward to hearing from you, and it's just great to have someone like you part of this company and endorsing these products and believing in these products. So yeah, so over to you. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you so much, JP, and I really appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate all your help and your guidance in the business. And I also want to thank Irene Dupree, who introduced me to Manitech so many years ago. It's been an amazing, life-changing journey for me personally in terms of my own health, but also in terms of the people that I can help. I am a medical doctor, as JP said. I qualified in 1984 at the University of the Free State, and I was traditionally trained with an MBCHB. Throughout my life, what I really wanted to do was help people with their health and their wellness. And, I ended up in corporate wellness programs whereby we were trying to get employees more healthy, which is critically important, for productivity and absenteeism and for their own personal potential as well. And I just saw that people just got more and more ill, and that people didn't really get better from the traditional medical care that we gave them. The more people I put onto high blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, the sicker people got, over the years. And, I worked for Alexander Forbes for 13 years where we tracked these people on an ongoing basis. And I can categorically say that traditional medicine did nothing for chronic diseases. I then became a victim myself of chronic disease, and I, ended up with 4 autoimmune diseases, investigated for even more than that, and, became a very, very ill person, so much so that, I couldn't drive for 5 kilometers without, needing a bathroom, and looking for a bathroom on the highway is pretty difficult in Joburg. So I was looking for an alternative, and I came across Manitec because I was looking for a probiotic, pre and probiotic powder, because I'd started studying nutrition and supplementation. But in my journey, towards this, I've taken chemical supplements for a very long time. For at least 15 years, I took chemical supplements, and they did absolutely nothing for my health. And it's only when I got introduced to the Manitec products that I realized the difference, with the Manitec products, and why do they work, and other chemical supplements, and, the vitamins and the minerals that you buy at traditional health stores do not work. And it's because your body doesn't want the chemicals. Your body wants real food to heal itself. And Manitec products do not cure or mitigate or heal disease by itself. What it does is it gives your body the nutrition that it requires to heal itself. Hippocrates said that, who was the father of medicine, said, "Let food be thy medicine." And this is so critically important to understand, that Manitec is not medicine. Manitec is food, but food is medicine. And nutrition is what heals your body, whether it be from a chronic disease, whether it be from injuries, even, you need nutrition to be able to heal. You can't, if you don't have proper nutrition, you can't heal even from a broken arm. So it's really important to understand where the products, fit in terms of nutrition and so on. And the differentiator with Manitec, we heard about the patents. Patents are one thing, double-blind placebo-controlled studies are another thing. But the really important thing to understand about Manitec is that Manitec is absolutely unique in the way that the products are synergistically compounded so that they all work together. And they all focus on one element, and that is your gut health. If you look at Manitec products, there isn't one of Manitec's products that isn't extremely beneficial to your gut health. And anybody, who knows about chronic diseases and so on will tell you that all chronic disease starts in your gut. And if you don't heal your gut, you will not be healthy. And the more chemical stuff you take in, the more sick you make your gut, because your body doesn't want the chemicals and is fighting against it. And, your kidneys are fighting and your liver is fighting to get rid of the chemical stuff. And it damages your gut to such an extent that it's very difficult to repair. So all chemicals damage the gut, whether they're in pesticides, whether they're in actual supplements. And the one other important thing to understand is that all our food is fortified with chemical supplementation nowadays. If you read on the back of a bread loaf, for example, white bread is fortified with vitamins and minerals and so on. And we take in these chemicals on an ongoing basis, and our body really, really doesn't know how to deal with it. And it's really important that we just take in pure food and as best form that we can possibly. So the important thing to understand is that Manitec supplements, will heal the gut through the fact that it contains glycans. One of the most important functions of glycans is to heal the gut. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about glycans just now and explain to you how glycans actually work and why is it so important that we do get glycans, and why is there no other supplement that can compare, because no other company can make glycans, because we've got the patented products and technologies. So when we look at the different products, think of the big picture, think of total gut health. These are just components that all fit into one puzzle. And they all work beautifully together. So, there's none of these supplements that work against each other. When you take a bunch of supplements from a health store, you have no idea how those things interact with one another. They've never been tested together. Some of those components can actually conflict with one another and cause more health damage than it is actually beneficial. So I'm going to go through a few of the products, and I'm going to explain basically the core 6 products in a little bit of detail. And you know, through the discussion, you'll see why Manatec products are really so unique and so different that you really cannot compare it to anything else. So Dr. Steve Nugent said, you know, Manatec products are not the cheapest, and that is absolutely true. But Manatec products also cannot be compared against anything else. So, you know, if you say, you know, Manatec's expensive, you've got to say to yourself, in terms of what, you know, because there's no comparison for what the products can actually do for you and what the products contain and how the products can overall just benefit your health into the future in such a way that, you know, it's just a natural way for your body to take up the products. It's not, you know, it's nothing unnatural about it. Your body likes it, it's food, and it all just synergistically works together, as I said. So I'm just going to show a couple of slides on the products. I hope you guys can, let me just go to the first slide on the products. There we are. Okay, so I just want to make the view bigger. Sorry, guys. No, I'm not sure where to make it bigger. I hope it's okay. I'm just going to. I don't see it. Single page view. It is on single page. Never mind. I'm just going to go through it like that. I hope you guys can see. So Ambritose is the flagship product of Manatec, and Ambritose is the glycans that we require in our body for our body to really operate properly. So glycans are monosaccharides, so they're simple sugars, but they're not the type of sugar that increases your blood pressure, your blood sugar, or makes you fat or anything like that. So they're not risky to you at all. They're a different type of sugar. And on the outside of every cell, you'll find little protein filaments that are like little trees. That, you know, if I can explain like this, if this is a cell, and on the outside of the cell are these proteins, and attached to these proteins are glycans in a specific code formation. So these glycans actually communicate with each other, and the cells then communicate through the glycans. So every cell has got their own glycan code, and for example, cancer cells don't have the same glycans as normal cells. So your cells would immediately recognize a cancer cell if it can read the glycans. Now, the problem is that glycans are most affected by green harvesting, by pesticides and chemicals, and by genetically modified foods. Glycans are only formed in the plant, in the fruit, or the product, the plant, in the last 3 to 5 days before harvest, before it's ripe. So when everything's green harvested and they put it in a distribution warehouse for 6 weeks, and then they artificially ripen it under, you know, lights and with nitrite sprays and all kinds of things, then there are no glycans there. And that's what happened to our health in terms of, you know, the lack of glycans, because if you don't have glycans, your body can't recognize cancer. If you don't have glycans, your body doesn't know which is a normal cell and which is an infected cell in terms of viruses and bacteria and fungi. It also doesn't know that it mustn't attack a normal cell. So that's an autoimmune disease. That's where your body actually attacks itself, because it can't see that the cells are normal cells. It thinks that you've got an infection or you've got cancer or something, and it attacks normal cells. So, as I said earlier, I had 4 autoimmune conditions, and so my body was attacking itself because my body didn't recognize that, in fact, those are my normal cells. It thought that there was an infection or something. So the minute I started taking the glycans, my body started to recognize, oh, this is a normal cell, I mustn't attack that cell. And my whole immune system actually came to a complete, normal state. It wasn't in hyper immune state anymore. You know, I wasn't in a hyper inflammatory state all the time, and everything just calmed down. And I saw exactly the same with all of my patients that I treat. I must tell you that Ambritose is the one product that's made the most enormous difference to the people that I treat in my practice, because at the moment now I'm an integrative health medical doctor. I changed over from traditional medicine to integrative health. Doesn't mean I don't still use medicine. I do sometimes use medicine, but it's on an integrative approach. And I would say 90% of everything I do in my practice is just Manatec products. And I have not ever seen such a good result from an intervention as I do from Manatech with my patients. It is just unbelievable, whether it's a person recovering from, from a really serious disease where they're paralyzed on the, on the one half of their body, and they just miraculously recover when they take the Ambrotose, or whether it's, a person that's, got a sugar problem, or whether it's a person with a blood pressure problem. They just recover when you actually put them on Ambrotose, because their body can communicate, their cells can communicate, and the body can restore itself. Because if you think about it, if your cells can't communicate, your body doesn't know where must vitamin C go to, where must iron go to, where must collagen be used, which cells need protection or recovery. It doesn't know any of those things. So your cells, need to be able to communicate with one another, because it's the body's only mechanism to actually heal itself. So in terms of the product Ambrotose also important to know is that there's a bit of Ambrotose or a bit of glycans in every single Manatech product. So every single Manatech product has got some glycan component to it, which it means it really aids the body to actually utilize that product to a great extent, because it actually helps the body then to realize, where those specific nutrients must go to. So the approved claims for Ambrotose is that it improves cellular communication, so that by inference also improves things like brain function. We've seen multiple children with behavioral disorders, with concentration issues, kids that are usually put on chemical medication that have been able to come off that chemical medication, and their concentration levels have actually returned to normal. We've seen people with age-related memory loss, serious stuff, also neurological problems where they shake uncontrollably. We've seen those people recover remarkably. So I've really seen the most amazing things. So it also is approved to, improve concentration, improves memory, improves attentiveness, improves cognitive function, improves your digestive system, improves your mood, and decreases your irritability. So these are approved claims for Ambrotose. So you can just think about the wide array of people that this product can actually help. And the one thing that every single one of my patients say that take Ambrotose, they say, I'm feeling so much more positive and I have so much more energy. So those are the two important things that my patients are telling me when they start taking Ambrotose. And they actually really don't want to go off the product for that exact purpose. So the next product is Phytomatrix, which is a vitamin and mineral. We also do have Catalyst. Catalyst is an unbelievably good product. I don't think we have Catalyst on this presentation, but Catalyst and Phytomatrix are both vitamins and mineral components. They also do contain glycans, and this is based on real food technology. So, the components is made from real food. It's whole food. It's not a chemical a mixture of vitamins and minerals. And your body really just needs to get vitamins and minerals as a food complex. So the next product that we're going to go to is Plus. And in your body, you've got over 96 hormones. Plus is not a hormone. Plus is a plant sterol. And it basically is food for your endocrine system. So it's really important. It's plant sterols and amino acids. It's a stuff that feeds your your endocrine system so that it can produce all the hormones that you need. So everything in your body relies on your endocrine system. If your endocrine system doesn't work properly, nothing in your body works properly. And all the endocrine systems are linked. So your adrenal glands are linked to your thyroid, or linked to your pituitary gland. And if one of them goes out, it causes a total collapse in many systems of the body. So, even cardiac conditions can be caused by hormonal issues. So it's really, really, really important to balance your hormones. It's not just a matter of, people who are postmenopausal, or older women and older men, or even teenagers that have hormone problems. Every single person has got a hormone issue, because every single person has got adrenal glands, and every person has got pituitary gland and, pineal gland. And all of those glands need the right food so that it can produce the right hormones to keep your body healthy and keep your body alive. So Plus's benefits are breast health, prostate health, bone health, colon health. Now, look at that colon health. Once again, the digestive system. Also the immune system. Plus is very important for the immune system. It's very important for cardiac health and for general well-being. Sorry. Then ambrotose AO, don't confuse this with ambrotose. There is ambrotose in this product, but it's an antioxidant. So antioxidants are very, very important because we are under amazing amounts of free radical and oxidative stress in the lives that we lead with chemicals and, our lifestyles and all the inflammation that we've got due to stress and so on. Inflammation causes a massive amount of oxidative and free radical stress. And inflammation is caused very much by the stressful health conditions that we live under. And now during the whole COVID episode, everybody has got inflammation because everybody's become incredibly stressed about the whole COVID situation. We actually live on a toxic planet. And the whole solution is to actually take a food-based antioxidant, not a chemical antioxidant. And this really helps to fight oxidative stress. And this has been proven in clinical trials. And then one of my favorite products is omega-3 with vitamin D3, because omega is very important for inflammation. It is the most anti-inflammatory food-based product that you can take. It really can help within hours for people who've got rheumatoid arthritis or any other type of inflammation. Within hours of giving them some omega-3, they'll feel relief of that chronic pain that they've had. Really important to supplement with omega-3. You mustn't supplement with omega-6 because we get way too much omega-6 in our diet. And omega-6 is actually inflammatory, whereas omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. So you don't take an omega-6 supplement because you're getting a lot of it in your diet, but you're not getting enough omega-3. So it should be a pure omega-3 supplement. And we've added the vitamin D3 because it really complements one another. And, everybody needs vitamin D3, really critical for your immune function. It's also, omega-3 is critical to cardiovascular health, brain health, and reduction of inflammation. And the thing about omega-3, Manatex omega-3, is that it's absolutely ultra pure. It's not just a fish oil. It's an actual ultra pure molecularly distilled a product which contains the correct ratio of EPA and DHA. It's sustainably farmed, sustainable product is anchovies from the deep cold waters of Peru. And also you have no fishy burp due to the purity of this. You can also give this to children. You can cut open this gel capsule and squirt the omega-3 into their mouths. It really is an absolutely superb product by comparison to anything else that there is on the market. And then by far, my favorite product is GI Pro Balance, and we've now got an even more improved GI Pro Balance. The data on this is a little bit outdated, but we've got a more improved product, and this is just the most amazing product. It contains pre and probiotics, and this is really important because your digestive system relies on all your good gut bacteria completely to take up your nutrition, but also good gut bacteria are absolutely critically important for your immune system. So, a huge amount of your immune system is located in your digestive tract. And the microbacteria that live in your digestive tract are responsible for your total immune performance in your immune system. So if your gut is out of balance, your health will definitely suffer. So in terms of, GI Pro Balance, if you are you've got some kind of a health challenge, if you don't take GI Pro Balance, you're really doing yourself a massive disservice, because GI Pro Balance is going to help you take up all your other nutrition better. It's going to help you, help your immune system to fight the bacteria or the virus or whatever. And it's also going to help you with your neurological health, because it also, the good gut bacteria in your stomach, in your gut, actually makes almost all of the neurotransmitters that work on your brain. So it's really important to actually take a good probiotic and to make sure, that it's a probiotic where there's enough live, active, beneficial bacteria. So the new product has got over 50 billion active beneficial bacteria. When at packaging stage, there's also more bacteria, more different strains added. So it's a very wide variety. It really contains all the most important, the ones that I've researched. These contain the most important beneficial probiotics that you need. And even after expiry date, or at time of expiry date, there is still way sufficient colonizing forming units of the bacteria to actually be an effective product. So, you know, you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't have to go in the fridge. It's a powder. You can just put it on your tongue. You can carry it in your handbag. You can hand it out to people, you know, to try. If you ever have seen a child's behavior turn around, you should just wait for a child that's got the terrible twos. And if the child has a tantrum, you give them a GI Probalance and you'll see them calm down within half an hour. It's actually quite miraculous. You know, I've seen it a couple of times, and it's really miraculous to see how a child's behavior changes once you give them the right probiotics and the, you know, good gut bacteria instantaneously. It is really miraculous. So those are the products, guys. I can tell you now from my experience that there is no comparison to the Manatech products, because the Manatech products all work synergistically together. They're made from real food. They are as nature intended for us to be able to heal. This is what nature gave us as a healing mechanism, is food. And this is in the right format, the right real nutrition format. You know, and these products actually protect you in terms of your immune system, protects your gut health. And we've got a lot of targeted products which target things like high cholesterol, a product called Cardiobalance targets high cholesterol and blood pressure and so on. We've got further immune enhancing products, you know, targeting, you know, specifically targeted products for immune system. And there's children's chewable tablets, and there's fat loss products, and there's skincare products, and it's really just an amazing array of products. And you can never make a mistake with these Manatech products because they are just food. So it doesn't matter what you use, you are going to gain a huge amount of benefit from these products. So I cannot stress enough, guys, that I've had the most remarkable results with my patients on these products. And the one important thing to understand is that this is not a quick once-off thing. So you don't take it for a month and then, you know, you don't take it again. You've got to take it consistently for a long period of time, or for the rest of your life. I mean, I've just added the cost to my grocery bill, you know, for every month. And because for me, this is my food. This, you know, these supplements are so critical to me that I'd rather forego certain other things than, you know, and use these supplements, because this is going to help you to age healthy, you know, and not become, you know, sick in old age, and, you know, really suffer from chronic diseases and, you know, cancers and all kinds of lifestyle diseases. These products really, really help people to live an optimally healthy and well life. And I'm a living example of that. And so is all of my family. You know, every single person that I treat with these products just have a remarkable story. So thank you very much, JP. I hope there's enough information for everyone, but really, guys, get back to the person that invited you and get onto these products as soon as you can. Thank you very much.
All right, awesome, Grietjie. If I can just ask you a huge favor, if you can just stop your screen share, and then I can quickly, wait, it should work now. Okay, there we go. Brilliant. Thank you so much. That was an awesome presentation. I mean, I almost felt like running to my cupboard and getting some Ambritos and GI Probalance while you were speaking. So, I mean, yeah, just thank you so much for sharing. I think, you know, just from all the comments, there's such great feedback. And I think it's just such a constant reminder about, you know, the value we have and the difference we can make in other people's lives with the product technology we have. So I want to quickly just run through sort of a little bit more about the opportunity, and we don't want to take too much more of your time. So I'm going to do this sort of as quickly as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly do a screen share. And some of you may or may not have seen this presentation. If you haven't seen this presentation, you can definitely get it from your upline or the person that referred you to the link this evening. They'll definitely be able to share it with you. And I call it the ultimate gig opportunity because I think so many people out there are looking for an extra way of earning an income. You know, a lot of us are working 9 to 5s and just sort of feel that that our monthly bills are just increasing every single month. It was quite amazing this morning when I was reading the Business Day. They were talking about, you know, the cost of the inflation of products every single month, you know, household goods that we buy. So everyone is very, very well aware that things are getting more and more expensive every month. So many people out there haven't provided for their retirement sufficiently. So I just feel with Manatech, it's such a great way for you on a part-time basis to be able to go and create an additional stream of income, and that might even become a full-time income. Or for a lot of you on the call this evening, if you're really serious about this, it can become a completely lifestyle change for you and your family. So just quickly, briefly, who's Manatech? So we're a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. We had an incredible year in our stock price last year. And so I think for me, that's quite a nice thing. And it's a company that's completely transparent. We're not a fly-by-night company. We've been in business for almost 30 years now, which is just really, really incredible. Right now, we do business in about 25 different markets, and we are opening new markets all the time. We've just recently launched 5 new markets in Europe, namely Italy, France, Portugal, Luxembourg, and there is one other one that I'm not remembering right now, but there's 5 new markets that have opened up there, which is really very, very exciting if you are looking to build. I believe it's Belgium, but I could be wrong. But I think it's just so amazing. You could be living in South Africa and you can potentially have customers ordering their products there. It's going to be delivered directly to them there. And you can actually be paid a referral commission for that in your bank account in South Africa. And you can even set up new team members abroad as well, living in South Africa. Or if you decide to immigrate to another country, it's not like your business just stops, it actually goes with you. The other thing that's quite nice to share is the fact that we're part of the Direct Selling Association. So we cross all our T's and dot all our I's regarding from a business ethics point of view. And then just briefly, Grietjie did mention a little bit about the product. Obviously, we're in the health and wellness industry, which is a very disruptive technology and industry to be part of. It's a growing industry, and we offer all our customers a 90-day satisfaction guarantee on our product. We've got a lot of science, as you would have seen, over 17, 18 published peer-reviewed clinical trials. 12 or 13 of them are double-blind studies, and we've also got a patented proprietary technology. Just quickly, we've obviously got an amazing, if you're not aware of this, we've got an amazing mission. And what we do, our mission is to link 5 million consumers of the Manatech products with 5 million children that are malnourished to eradicate global malnutrition. So it's really exciting because every month you use the product for yourself, you can actually make a difference in a child's life somewhere in the world. But the best part about being in South Africa is that, in fact, all the orders of South Africa are for kids that are in South Africa that are, that are going through, that are malnourished, that are, and it's amazing. You can actually go and see a lot of these orphanages and see what a difference this is making in kids' lives. Quickly on the business, it's a completely part-time business. So you don't have a 9 to 5. You don't have any specific working hours that you have to work. So it's completely part-time. But I think the biggest challenge, or at least I feel for me, after being in this industry for some time, is that people sort of don't do it part-time. They do it in their spare time or when they feel like a time. And then it's not going to work. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's going to take time and effort. But it's such a great way, if you are willing to put in the time and effort, for you to go and build up an incredible business and also make a big difference to other people also. There's no risk. It doesn't cost 100,000 Rand to start or $100,000. You can start for just by buying a bunch of products. And we'll cover that a little bit later. So very low startup costs and obviously a global opportunity straight away. This evening, you go into 20, almost 30 different markets, from your mobile device, from your computer, you can build a global business. The biggest thing, just quickly at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a lot of people want to know where the money comes from. Now, Manatech, the money is made from the fact that we don't spend any money on advertising and marketing. So we're a direct selling company. So we go directly from the company directly to the end consumer. And you and I, as the associates, share in the turnover the company creates. I'm not going to cover the product part, so we're just going to skip over to the next slide. Just quickly, the cash flow quadrant. I think it's very, very important to understand this. Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book many, many years ago called The Cash Flow Quadrant, where he said that everyone in the world is in one of these 4 quadrants. The top left-hand quadrant is what he calls the E quadrant, which is an employee quadrant. So you have a job. So you basically, what you're doing is you're working for active income, as he calls it, where when you work, you earn an income. If you don't work, you earn no income. And most people would do this from the age of 25 to the age of 65 or even longer. And what ends up happening is about 90% of the people end up in the E and the S quadrant. Now, obviously, mention the S quadrant, which is just below, but really only 10% of the world's wealth is on the left-hand side of the quadrant. You'll see there in the presentation. I don't think world's wealth is spelled correctly, but I will have that changed. Sorry, it's a new presentation. And then, of course, the reason for that is because you're trading time for money. So if you're not working, you don't earn an income. Also, the highest taxes are paid here. You just have to look at your monthly salary slip and see pay as you earn there. So you don't get any deductions you can really make. So the S quadrant is where people become self-employed. So you might, you own your job. You might be a specialist earning an incredible income, The problem still is if you don't work, you don't earn income. So his whole philosophy is about building a business system, which you'll see on the top right-hand side, which means you own a system and you have people that work for you so you can create more time freedom. And that's where you can start earning a passive income. It's a 2 to 5 year plan. It's not a 2 to 5 week plan. It's going to take time and effort. And really 90% of the world's wealth is on the right-hand side of the quadrant. And this is where you're really getting money to work for you, which is having a business system and of course an investor, which is in the bottom right-hand side, which is where you're letting the money work for you because you're taking all the money earning from your business system and investing that also to create more leverage in your life. So how does Manatic work? So if you are considering the Manatic opportunity, there is basically 3 quick steps that you want to do. The first way of getting on board with Manatic is by being what we call a preferred customer. There's basically no sign-up fee to do that. You buy the products directly from the company. It's wholesale. You pay for your products. It gets delivered to your address wherever you may be. You get loyalty points every single month on that products that you order every month of 20% if you're ordering on a monthly basis. So you're basically getting a 20% discount on your product every month and loyalty points. And then of course, you consume your products, you use them. The nice thing that we also do is we do allow customers to refer other customers to get 20% back on the orders that their customers order to make their product a bit cheaper as well. So even your customers that refer other customers can also obviously earn an income. There's no sign-up fee for being a customer. Just below that, you'll see it says becoming an associate. You choose 2 different packs. So there's what I like to call the small business pack, and that's going to cost you between 1,500 and about 2,500 Rand. And then of course there's the big business pack or the family pack, which is approximately around 5,000 Rand. You're getting a good decent bunch of product. Now think about it, to start a business for 5,000 Rand, really in the greater scheme of things is not a lot if you're looking at what the opportunity offers you. Of course, you choose your products. You also earn loyalty points. You also get to sponsor a child every month in the M5M program, but you get to participate in what we call a turnkey business, where you can obviously go and build a residual income, and you can build a global business by going out there and sharing the product with customers and obviously other associates that get on board with you. Just quickly, how does it work? Well, if you do decide to be an associate, this is how it would work. Of course, if you're a customer, just obviously the top part of the page would apply to you. You get your account number, you set up your automatic order and use your product. Now, if you want to be an associate, obviously you've bought your pack, you get some products, and nothing, we don't ever pay any commissions on just signing people up. All commissions are paid on product sales. So on the left-hand side, you'll see there it says what we call the Power Seller Bonus. There's something called the Power 10, Power 15, and Power 20. So every single product that you use has a point attached to it. In South Africa, it's give or take 12.50 for 1 point. So for instance, let's assume that you are Power 10. It means that you've got 2 active customers. They could be using, a lot of product or a little product, but at least 50 points every month, which is about 625 Rand or so, or more, or 750 Rand to the product. Now, if you've got 2 active customers and you're doing about 200 points, which is about 2,500 Rand of the sales, you basically earn 10% back in that. So in the example above on the left-hand side, you'll see there, if there's 3,000 Rand worth of sales, you earn about 10% back on that, which is give or take 300 Rand. The nice thing about this is you also earn commissions back on your own order that you're placing for you and your family. So you're actually earning 20% loyalty points on your own order. Plus you'd also earn 20%, well, between 10 and 20% in Power 20, of course, on your own order that you're ordering every single month. Power 15, you've got about 500 points, also 2 active customers, but you're now earning 15% back on your customer sales that you do. And then remember, all these customers are paying wholesale. This is not retail, they're paying wholesale. And of course, Power 20 is when you've got 1,000 points and you are now earning 20% back on all your customer orders. Now that's how the Power Seller Bonus works. That's based on customers. Now let's assume that you're sitting here this evening, you're thinking, you know what, that sounds great, but you know what, I know 3 or 4 people that I know if they got on board would do really well. They're looking for an opportunity. That's when the business development bonus is the next part, the right-hand side of the slides would apply to you. So how would that work? So your first step, you'll see on the top right-hand side, it says 500 PPV. So your first goal is to get to 500 points. Now, once you've done that, if you can introduce 2 other associates that also do 500 points, you'll be earning about 1,000 Rand as a director in Manatic because you've got 1,500 points. Plus your what we call a team 2. So you're earning about 2,500 Rand every single month residually. As long as everyone obviously uses their product every month, you would earn about 2,500 Rand a month. Now you've got to think about this think about it this way. How much money would you have to invest in the bank to earn 2,500 Rand a month in interest? Well, you're going to have to invest at least approximately about 500,000 Rand, believe it or not. So, I mean, you literally create an asset that can pay you 2,500 a month by just doing 500 points and helping 2 other people do the same thing. Now, let's assume that you helped another 2 people do the same thing. So you'd now be what we call team 4. You'd also be a silver director. Your commissions for achieving that level would be about 5,000 Rand a month. Now, think about an extra 5,000 Rand on top of what you're earning already. Obviously, this being your part-time business. So think about how amazing that is. I mean, that can pay for your car, it can pay for your kids' schooling. It could, maybe you could put it towards your retirement, or maybe just save up for a nice holiday. But we'll talk about a nice holiday a little bit later. So the next step is team 6. So you've got 6 people per se you've introduced, all doing 500 points. You're earning approximately about 8,000 Rand. If you're doing it as I'm explaining it in the slides, you'll be team 6, and you'll earn about an extra 8,000 Rand a month, which is an extra 100,000 Rand a year, which can make a huge difference for so many people out there. Now, of course, team 8 is when there are 8 people personally you've introduced, and they're all doing about 500 points of customer sales. So there's only actually 8 people building the business, but they've all got customers, and you're earning about 11,000 Rand or so every single month as a goal. Well, you basically would be almost at that level. You'd almost be at executive director, but sort of at gold director, sorry. And that's about 11,000 Rand a month. Now, of course, if you are team 10, you'd be definitely an executive director, and you would be earning obviously your team commissions plus all your other commissions. So you are earning, give or take, you're earning about 15,000 a month by introducing 10 people that are all doing 500 points a month. I hope that makes sense to all of you. On to the next slide. So how does this work? So you'll see at the bottom there, it says director. That's the average incomes the directors earn. Silver director, that's when you do about 2,500 points, 4,500 points, 8,000 Rand, 6,000 points, 14,000 Rand, 10,000 points. In this structure would pay you about 19,000 Rand if you do it perfectly, like I explained here, and I'll sort of get to that now. So let's think about this quickly. Let's just go back. Let's assume that you had 4 associates. So just basically team 4, you would be a silver director. You'd earn 5,000 a month. Now let's assume that you just help all 4 of those people each go team 4 and become silver directors. Then you'd have by default over 10,000 points in your business, because you'd have 2,500, which you've obviously done. But each of those would also have about 2,000 points each. Or 2,500 points each, which means there's over 10,000 points. So you by default would be a silver executive director, as you can see in the slide here. And if you could do it exactly like that, you would earn about 19,000 Rand a month. And of course, a gold executive director is about 20,000 points. And the average earnings there is about 26,000 Rand a month. That's almost an extra 300,000 Rand every single year in your part-time business. Now, one of the things that's very important to remember is that you don't have to create all the points on your own. It's you and your entire team collectively all need to create the points. And when I'm talking about points, I mean customer points, customers that are actually using the product. Then, of course, at the bottom there, you'll see presidential, which is about 40,000 points. It's between 30 and 60,000 a month. Bronze presidential, 80,000 points, between approximately 80,000 a month. Silver presidential is about 120,000 a month at 160,000 points. Gold presidential, about 180,000 a month. Platinum presidential starts at about 250,000 Rand. It can obviously go up a lot more than that. So I've obviously run through this very briefly, but I think most of you on the call this evening will get the point that there is an amazing income opportunity for people to be able to build a business on a part-time basis, where they can, and whether this takes you 2 years or 5 years to do, or even 10 years, what other method is there out there where you on a part-time basis can go and create that type of income, where it costs you 5,000 Rand to start a business and you can build it all over the world. You don't have to deliver products to people's houses. You don't have to handle cash. You don't have to worry about debtors or creditors, or paying all the mundane things you would do in a normal business, in the sense of having to pay rent and phones and salaries and wages and all these different things you have to pay every single month, electricity, and so forth. And so getting an accountant, full-time accountant, or so basically Manatech is a turnkey business in that regard. So just quickly in closing, as we're getting on almost onto the hour, it's just I want to mention obviously a few things to you, and why the timing and positioning of why being on the call this evening is really important. The first thing for me is the fact that we have just launched a couple of new markets. So there's a huge opportunity for you to start building a business there. To start thinking about who do I know that lives in France, who do I know that lives in Portugal, who do I know that lives in Spain, who do I know that lives in Germany or the UK or the USA, or Mexico or Singapore, Japan or Canada or wherever it may be, Australia, Singapore, New Zealand. We're open in all these different markets, and you can basically get all those people there to start trying the products. They've got a 90-day money back guarantee. And on top of that, a lot of them might also become associates and distributors once they see the results that they get. So that's the first thing I want to share with all of you. The second thing I want to share with all of you is the fact that we've got a new incentive that's launching in February. I've got no idea where it is. I really hope it's going to be to an amazing destination, somewhere to some exotic island. So we're starting on the 1st of February. Every single one of you in the call here this evening have the opportunity to qualify for that incentive, where it's an all expenses paid trip, whether it's to the Seychelles or to the Maldives or Mauritius, or it can be to so many different places. I mean, we've been to Italy, well, to Sicily a couple of years ago. We've done the Maldives before. We've done Singapore. We've done Mauritius so many times. So I've got no idea where it's going to be to, but it's going to be an amazing destination. If we can't go for some other reason because of COVID, you'll obviously get the cash payout. So I want to encourage you if you're on the call this evening, we've got about, obviously got quite a large number, about 260, 270 people on the call this evening. Is you've got to work towards qualifying for the incentive. If you're doing that, I promise you your life will never be the same. You're going to meet so many incredible people. It's going to be a trip of a lifetime, to be honest with you. And it's just going to be a nice way to have some time out for a week. Maybe you've got small kids like I do. We are 6 and 3. So maybe you just want to get away for a little bit and leave them with the grandmother, with the grands, or whatever it may be. So, but I want to encourage you is work towards the incentive. It's going to be incredible. And the last thing I just want to obviously share with all of you is that we've got a super regional event coming up. If you're in South Africa, which is going to be in Cape Town, it's going to be, I've only got my diary with me now, but I've got it over here, so I'll just give you the exact date. So the Cape Town Super Regionals is going to take place on the 12th of February. It's going to be at the Lord Charles in Cape Town. So we're back at the old venue in Somerset West where we used to be. So I'm very, very excited about that. So that's going to be the weekend of the 12th. The Super Regional is the big event where you can sort of find out a bit more about the company. You can hear some of the leaders share their stories. There can be some success principles, but it's just an amazing event to get to. So if you can be at that event, please make a plan to get there. I'm telling you now, if you're at that event, you've got like a 3-4 times better chance of qualifying for the incentive, or even going to the next level in your business compared to not being there. So if you're serious about this, and very often people will say, I can't afford to be there. I'm telling you, you can't afford not to be there. Make a plan. Try and see what you can do, but it's gonna put you on the right trajectory for 2022. And then of course the Joburg Super Regionals is going to be on the 19th of February, which is going to be at the Gallagher Convention Center in Midrand, which is going to be incredibly exciting event to be at also. So thank you very much to all of you for this evening, for being on the call. I hope you learned something, and thank you so much again to Dr. Grietjie Strydom for sharing on the product. I'm really excited about everything you had to say, and I'm sure people on the call this evening for the first time would be very excited to try the products and see what difference it can make in their lives. So I want to wish all of you an incredible weekend, and I want to also wish you an incredible year ahead. May this year be a blessed year for you and your family, and lots of prosperity and good health. And let's go out there and go, most importantly, let's go out there and go make a big difference in people's lives. I mean, here's the reality is that 96% of people lying awake at night are worrying about health and finances. And we've got something that can help people with both of those. So thank you so much. All the best, and have a good night's rest, and have a fantastic weekend. Thank you, guys.